Are you ready to finally lose the belly fat that you've been promising yourself for months or maybe even years? Is this the time that you finally want to look better in a swimsuit, feel more confident in your own skin, be more comfortable going outside without a shirt on? So it's the new year and people are making resolutions and it's time to start new things. And I have a video for you today that will share 3 simple tips that will help you lose body fat, look better, feel better, get more energy, all without stepping foot into a gym or even needing to get on a treadmill. So how do we do that? So my name is Eric. I'm the founder of Lift Off Strength, and I'm gonna share these 3 simple tips with you today. In fact, I share these with a lot of people and people are amazed at how quickly they get results from these 3 simple things, how simple they actually are to implement in their daily lives. I have a member at the gym named Evan. He lost 10 pounds in less than a month just from doing these 3 things without any change to his exercise habits. The first tip is limit or eliminate liquid calories. Liquid calories are a huge source of stubborn belly fat. So what's a liquid calorie? Coke, soda, juice, beer, sweeteners, and things that we put into our coffee or our tea. So there's a couple steps that we want to do this with. We don't need to eliminate things altogether, we just need to limit things. Oftentimes, better is a lot better than best. And what I mean by that is, if you're drinking beer, don't cut out all your beer, limit your beer. If you're drinking soda, don't cut out all your soda, limit your soda. I'm gonna give you guys a couple strategies for how to start taking this and really running with it. So the first thing you need to do though, is you need to sit back and you need to really honestly assess your day. How often and how frequently are you drinking liquid calories? What do they look like? Are they sodas, beers, juice? You know, write this down, maybe do a quick list. And then after that, we're gonna start taking a quick strategy of eliminating. Let's cut everything down by 50%. If you're drinking 2 sodas a day, let's go to 1. If you're drinking 4 sodas a day and a beer, let's go to 2 sodas, half a beer, right? What we're gonna wanna do from this point is we're gonna wanna start tracking very slightly how much we're drinking from a liquid caloric standpoint. So I wanna share a quick story with you. I know I mentioned this guy, Evan, he lost 10 pounds with me at the gym. So when Evan and I met and we started talking about this, we did a quick tally of how much beer he was drinking. The guy was pretty much perfect on all of his exercise and nutrition habits. He still had this stubborn little belly fat that he couldn't get off. And once we did the tally, we realized he was drinking 35 to 40 beers a week. 35 to 40 beers. So, and we asked him, we said, is this negotiable? And he's like, look, I wanna drink my beer. I'm not really interested in giving it up. So we just said, look, what if we just drank 20 beers instead of 40? So he started cutting down on his beer drinking, and slowly the pounds came off. Actually, it wasn't really slow. It was in a process of a week or 2 weeks that we started seeing the pounds come off. So again, I wanna encourage you that you can do this in a progressive way. The long-term goal is to eliminate your liquid calories, but right now, we just wanna work on better, not best. Rule number 2 is even more powerful than rule number 1. So rule number 2 is cut out condiments. It is unbelievable how much we get sabotaged by our consumption of condiments without even knowing. Like, we rarely actually know that these things are in our food. They're almost snuck in there without our attention. So condiments are things like ketchup, Thousand Islands, mustard, mayo, ponzu sauce, anything that has a caloric addition to create flavor in the food that we eat. All right? And oftentimes we're not even aware of how much we're actually putting on or into our food. So, you know, I told you about that guy, Evan. We did this beer experiment, liquid calories. Well, we did the same thing with condiments, and Evan's condiment of choice was ketchup. So we did this little evaluation, and Evan's a brave dude. We did this actually in public at a seminar at the gym. And he was listing off for us how frequently and how much ketchup he was eating. He wasn't really weighing or measuring, but he was eating ketchup with every meal, every single day. At the end of the session, we actually tallied up how much in calories that would be, and he was eating close to 1,600 calories a week in just ketchup. That's astronomical. So if he just cut ketchup out of his diet, he'd lose a pound every 2 weeks just off of ketchup. And that wasn't even counting the other condiments he had. So Evan cut ketchup out of his diet entirely. In fact, I have this really great picture that he and his wife sent me where they had their trash can full of all their condiment bottles. Like the day after the nutrition seminar, it was mayonnaise and ketchup and Thousand Islands. And Evan literally proceeded to lose 7 pounds in the next 2 weeks off of lowering his beer intake and cutting out his ketchup intake. He's eating a little bit of mayonnaise, but that really wasn't the culprit. So condiments are tricky too because they add flavor in our food. And again, we don't want to just eliminate, we want to kind of create alternatives. So here are a couple helpful suggestions of condiments that you can keep using that can help give flavor to your food so you don't feel like you're just like empty plate. So mustard is a 0-calorie condiment. Soy sauce is a 0-calorie condiment. And you can do things like hot sauce, Tabasco sauce, Cholula, Tapatio. All of those are fair game to add flavor to your food if you're worried that you're gonna end up with this bland plate of chicken and broccoli. All right, guys? So condiments, condiments, condiments. Cut those out. Guarantee you're gonna see super, super lightning fast results from this one. Rule number 3 for our 3 tips that are gonna help you lose stubborn belly fat, all right? Rule number 3 is drink more water, all right? This is kind of the thing that will anchor your first 2 rules that we've talked about in this video. So liquid calories, condiments. Now we're finally adding in a mandate to drink more water. So what does drinking more water do for you? Super, super powerful. Drinking more water actually crowds out your excess liquid calories. So if we set a goal and said, hey, I want you to drink 6 or 8 cups of water, it's really, really hard to also drink 2 or 3 sodas, a bunch of coffee, and meet your water allotment. Like you're just gonna be in the bathroom all the time. A lot of the times that's a good natural disincentive to drink other things, right? So drinking more water helps you crowd out those other less desirables, right? Second thing water does is water helps keep us from dehydrating, and when we're dehydrated, we get sugar cravings. So one of the biggest reasons we want to add things like condiments or liquid calories into our diet is because we have these sugar cravings that we think are related to energy levels, but they're actually related to dehydration. So drink more water, you're going to solve both of those problems in one shot, and you actually assist yourself in helping yourself with your condiment intake and your liquid calorie intake. So how much water is the right amount of water, right? Like, where do we go from there? So the right amount of water is typically 6 cups for a lady and 8 cups for a man, right? 6 cups for a lady, each cup is about 8 ounces, and you don't have to weigh and measure this, just take a standard kitchen cup, fill it 75% with water, drink 6 of those a day, right? Same thing for a guy, just drink 8. So how do you track this? I wanna give you a simple way to track it so that you can make sure you're meeting your water allotment. If you drink other things around it, as long as you're hitting your water goal, you're very likely to cut out the undesirable liquid or condiment calories that might have been sneaking in. So what I want you to do is buy a water bottle, Arrowhead bottle, whatever, some kind of a 16-ounce little plastic water bottle. I want you to get 6 rubber bands if you're a lady or 8 rubber bands if you're a man, and I want you to take those rubber bands and put them around the rim of your bottle. Every time you drink that bottle of water fully, you're gonna take a rubber band off. Every time that you finish your day, you're gonna check how many rubber bands are still on the bottle. Early on in your attempt at doing this, you might only get 3 bottles a day, right? So at least you have your rubber bands on there to help remind you how much did you actually drink, and you can gauge how you feel, right? I can guarantee you, if you drink more water, this is throughout society, if you drink more water, you're gonna feel younger. Water is so profoundly important to the human body, and it's so overlooked in our society these days, but it's a hugely powerful tool in helping with weight loss, losing belly fat, overall body composition and toning. So I want you to take this mandate, help with the other 2 rules that we put in place, and see how that goes. I'm really, really confident you're gonna lose some weight, lose body fat, if you're feeling like you need it. So thank you for watching this video. It was a pleasure to make these for you. Again, if you have comments, questions, or concerns, you can post them in the comments below. If you have friends that this might be of benefit to, tag them so that they don't miss out. Thanks.